3 power x. There are two ways to get the derivative of 3 power x. Which way?
One.
Which one? You prefer the log?
Yeah,
Okay. So, if you have y equals 3 power x, then log y equals log 3 power x. So that means log y equals log 3 times x.
Yes.
So that means 1 over y dy dx equals log 3.
Shut up.
So that means dy dx equals y log 3, which equals 3x log 3.
Yeah. What?
What?
Oh, yeah. No, wait, into u and v. This is 3x and then we differentiate of x minus.
Why we call
But so you miss out log x minus 2.
What? No!
Or you just do it
Yes!
one by one?
Now I'm going to do the question. Yeah? So, if I have y equals 3x log x minus 2, what rule do I need? Product. So this will be dy dx equals 3x log 3 log x minus 2
Yep.
plus 3x times 1 over x minus 2.
Yep.
When x is 3.
27.
27 log 3 log 1 gone. This is 0. Plus 27. 27 is the answer. When x is 3.
Makes extra
Look, here's where I explained it to you.
Oh yeah.
I think Echo was Greek. Because the Greeks had very good punishments for their characters.
Also they have a lot of meat.
Yeah. So the other one is Cypherus, whose punishment was every day you would have to push a large rock up a hill, and at the end of each day the rock would disappear and appear at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, Hercules if he become.
No, well, his punishment was he had to do this forever, eternity. The other one I know is Tantalus. His punishment was forever he will be thirsty and stuck in a river, and whenever he tries to put his hand down to get up some water, the river would disappear.
What?
This is his punishment.
Just jump.
No, he was stuck in the river forever. And every time he would put his hand down, the water would recede away.
This is so pain.
I know, they're good stories though for that type of thing.
but he don't have water, he will die.
No, but it's like in hell. It's like his afterlife. You know, like his punishment forever. Do you understand? Because what was the Hades, isn't his name? The Greek god of the dead. Yes, yeah. It's good. Yeah, good punishments. Yes. Oh, and of course, the other one I know is Prometheus. Prometheus was punished because he taught man about fire, is the legend. He brought fire to mankind. Hades punished him forever he will be tied on a rock, and birds will eat his liver, his guts, and then at the end of each day they would grow back, so that the next day they'd eat it again, X-Men style, yeah. So Hades had some serious punishments. I think I'm shocking Andrew. I think he's gonna have nightmares tonight or something.
No sabotage. The god of the.
Yeah, so you've got Prometheus, you've got Echo, you've got Tantalus, yeah, all these people now.
Is Hercules from Greece or Greek?
Hercules is Greek, yeah.
Oh.
Hercules, half man, half god, is Hercules' story.
Zeus.
I rather just
Oh, like all of them is from Greek. Also the love god, right? Also the snake one. All of them is from.
No, some of them are Roman gods, you see. No, I don't know if Venus is Greek. She might be Roman. Because remember, the planets are named after the Roman gods. Like Mercury, Venus, Mars. I think these are Roman gods, Jupiter. Right? Because the Greek gods are like Zeus, Hades.
Medulla.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so.
Medusa or Medulla?
She is Greek.
She's Greek.
Greek god. Oh well. I don't know what it is. Demon, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, she's so cool.
The Irish legends are quite interesting. No, because the Irish ones have like ancient gods as well.
Asian god.
Ancient.
Come on, Asian god.
Yes, Andrew. The old Irish people worshipped Asian gods. Correct.
Was it Viking from the Vikings?
No. Domestic, like traditional.
But it's not from the Viking story.
No, before the Vikings. It's quite interesting. There's one thing you'll notice if you ever read about Irish gods, you'll notice a common theme in the stories, okay? What happens is you have the god and it can take any form. So then something happens, like it takes the form of a fish, and then somebody eats the fish and the person becomes powerful then. You know? So yeah. So but you get this story like, you know, there'd be a bull in a field, and then, you know, the god would be turned into a snake, and then the bull would eat the snake, and now the next thing is like it's the most powerful bull in all of Ireland, and then people fight to try and capture the bull. This is kind of it's kind of a recurring theme in the Irish stories, that the gods somehow end up getting eaten, and then something becomes super powerful. Huh? No, Irish potatoes are quite new to Ireland. They're only about 300 or 400 years.
What are the tradition then?
Because it really caught on when they came here. Like potatoes only been here maybe about 400 years at most.
I heard about the story about iron and potatoes, right?
What about them?
I mean, is that new? I know that like there is time that Irish people don't have food to eat.
Oh, that's true.
They have only potatoes.
No, they didn't even have that.
Oh.
But this is quite recent. This is maybe like about 120, 140 years ago. There was no food. There was no food in the country because most peasant workers lived off of potatoes, and there was a disease which basically destroyed them all in the country. And you can still see, even though it's 140 years ago, you can still see the effect today, because 140 years ago there were more people in Ireland. The population was greater. The population is still recovering from that incident over 100 years ago. Like, what's the population now? Like about 6 or 7 million, isn't it? But 100.
4.8 million.
Yeah, for the whole island, maybe a little bit more, if you can count the north. Yeah. Anyway, if you look 140 years ago, before the famine, it could have been 9 or 10 million. So, you know, the population would have gone like this, crashed right down. It's still recovering from it over 100 years later. It was such a devastating effect on the country. It's hard to understand. It really was dreadful, because you've got people that live off one type of food, and now that food is like rotting away in the ground. Yeah, it's called the Great Famine.
How would that happen? Because I don't understand the joke. There's a that joke is about like how many potatoes to kill Irish or something.
What?
So I don't get it, but the incident is not caused by potatoes, right?
What's not?
The
famine? Well, no, it was a disease that destroyed the potatoes.
They destroyed the potatoes.
The crop.
I read the history. Europe at one time is a lot of the disease, the mouse.
Yes, that was before this, I think. That actually was at the same time as Newton. The disease was in Europe,
Yeah.
and this is why Newton left London to go back to his country home.
And you think it's that near to us? 100 years?
No. The disease he's talking about. Newton left London to go to his country home, where he worked on his physics.
But
I don't remember.
the disease is not the same with Irish disease.
Oh no, that was a different story. That was maybe 400 years ago. The Irish one is about 150 years ago.
Oh.
And that was much worse for Ireland, because, you know, half the population died, and then maybe half the population, the half that lived, went to America.
Yeah.
It's why you have so many Irish in New York. It's because of this, you know.